Since 2012, Jimmy Ong has given talks to more than 10,000 people on resilience and personal transformation. They're practical tips derived from his own life of job loss, business failure, divorce, and jail. There are also lessons from his journey as a bankrupt for over 12 years.
Back then, I was actually running two retail outlets, which is audio and visual outlets. The first sign of trouble was when I wrote a check to a supplier and it bounced. At the end, I ended up owed more than 600K. The bankruptcy was quite stressful. I remember the time I did look into my pocket. It was $12.95. I said, this is what I have.
Jimmy owed his main creditor $400,000, and he was sued and declared bankrupt in 1995. Even as he took on jobs to pay his debts, Jimmy's first marriage fell apart and his son died a few years later. He was discharged from bankruptcy in 2007. He has since become an author, built a family with his second wife, held corporate jobs and established his coaching firm. But he still remembers the inconveniences of life under bankruptcy.
Everything has been reported back to the official assignee, especially those things that are very much, connected and linked to finances and money and income as well. After when you discharge from bankruptcy, you have that record of being a bankrupt. Somehow people are more cautious, have to be more careful when it comes to that. And I have to take it that, well, this is the reality of life, and I have to earn the trust back as well.
If you owe a debt of more than 15,000 Sing dollars and cannot pay up, you're at risk of bankruptcy. Last year, bankruptcy applications in Singapore rose to a 17-year high.
The person can always come forward to seek help from us. If he is suitable and he wants to, then we can help him to work out a repayment plan called DMP to put up to his creditors for consideration. Now, if the creditors agree to his proposal, he doesn't have to go and self-file. Self-file will cost money, and besides, there will be a record. Okay, consider bankruptcy as the last resort.
Credit Counselling Singapore, or CCS, helps individuals with unsecured debt problems. These typically arise due to overspending, excess use of credit cards, and credit facilities.
When they don't have a lot of savings or they use up whatever savings they have before they find a new employment, they will use a credit facility to make payments.
Among those who approach CCS for help, 60 to 70% are between 30 and 50 years old. This is the age group likely to have young children and aged parents to take care of.
What the person needs to do is every month make sure you pay your installment first. Then you pay the important expenses like your income tax, your utility bills, your maintenance fee, your insurance premium, things that you have to pay right, because of contractual or law.
Individuals who are caught in a debt trap can do a financial health check and adopt prudent ways of paying up.
The total debt servicing ratio, very simply, how much of your monthly income goes towards servicing your mortgage, your car loan, your credit card expenses and all that. The banks use 55% and we recommend about 40%. Keep it under 40%, your total debt. Why? If interest rates go up, as they have, you'll still be okay. The other one is the non-mortgage debt servicing ratio. So out of your take-home pay, you should not really be using more than 15% or so towards paying these more discretionary type of loans, especially things like credit card.
Money Owl is a licensed fund manager and financial advisor that caters to millennials, those in their late 20s to early 40s. Money Owl says this age group is at risk of overspending and having excessive debt as they face record-high asset prices, inflation, and high interest rates in their prime years.
They could be cleaning out their savings to put down that down payment, or they even even if not, then they could really be putting their monthly earnings into just paying off mortgages and all that. This means that if anything happens to their job and all that, then they could actually end up in a financial stress situation, or they don't have enough money to finance other expenses and they turn to credit card and debt. Millennials are also having very easy access to credit and these like buy now, pay later schemes, which are kind of pseudo credit. And this really preys on the millennials' sort of values, because they'll say that you have hustled hard, so you deserve this.
Barring one's access to easy credit and beefing up savings is another way to avoid the debt spiral.
You pay yourself first, you earn your money, you set aside a sum, we recommend about 15% of your income, and you automate it, you send it away into a savings account or an investment account, and then you spend what is left over. Please cut up your credit cards. That discount that you might have, or the miles or whatever that you might accumulate, they are not worth it. They are not worth the risk of you overspending again. So use debit cards.
For Jimmy, managing his finances has become a priority as he spends time with family.
I just need to be very careful and not to step into that zone again. And it's a dangerous zone. It's a very distressed and a very depressing zone. Being a bankrupt, I have to say that. But there's always hope. You can restart all over again, pick up all the pieces, and who knows, you can be someone that is rise up even higher.